Have you ever ended up in the emergency room for an anxiety attack? I'm going to tell you about the first time that I experienced anxiety, ending up in the emergency room thinking I was dying, but I was actually experiencing an anxiety attack. I was a freshman in college. Of course, a lot of new things and new environment, new friends, new schedule, and we don't think that these things are getting the best of us. And I thought, it's just a lot of new, and I wasn't really processing it very well. And eventually, I was experiencing kind of like a heart in my chest heavy feeling, and it was basically heart palpitations, but I just didn't know that yet. So what was happening was I would feel my heart skip a beat, and I would be just in class experiencing like heart palpitations, and I thought, oh my God, I'm dying, I'm having a heart attack. So eventually I go to the clinic at my school, where they admitted me and ran an EKG on my chest, on my heart, to see if, how my heart was doing, if I was having a lot of palpitations. And since I was having heart palpitations, they did send me to the emergency room. A huge symptom of anxiety is heart palpitations, so this does make sense. But at the time, I just, I didn't think I had anxiety. Hadn't even crossed my mind. So they admitted me to the emergency room, where they ran even more tests, and of course, they're taking it very seriously. And they told me that I was fine, and drink fluids, which was frustrating because I thought I was dying. And to see a cardiologist for a follow-up. So later I did see a cardiologist. I'm a freshman in college, so this is a very abnormal thing for a freshman in college to be doing. Like, all of my friends are going to frat parties and going to class and, doing normal college life. And I was going to class with this EKG, I think it was just like a long-term test kit. I had like a sticky thing here, a sticky thing here, a sticky thing here, and like a little kit that I would just carry with me in my back pocket. And this was just for like about a week that they were monitoring how my heart was doing. So after a week, I went back to the cardiologist. They ran, through the test results and basically told me that I was not having a heart attack. I was not having enough heart palpitations in general to even consider it to be a real heart condition. So then for the first time, the cardiologist did look at me and he goes, "Have you ever considered anxiety?" And I was like, "Me? Anxiety? No, never." I was super calm, collected, always had, things together and in order, whatever. And so it was just really hard for me to grasp the word anxiety. And he was like, "Why don't you follow up with a doctor and continue this conversation? Your heart is fine." And so that's what I did. It was my first ever experience with somebody telling me to my face, "You have anxiety." And it was a really scary, awful feeling, because of course, now I'm thinking, well, how is my life going to be, and how am I going to navigate this, and what does this mean for me, and who am I, and all of these new things going on in my head. So that is how I found out that I have anxiety. Stay tuned for episode 2, where I'm going to talk about what I do to cope with anxiety, some of the things that I have navigated through, some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like, of course, remedies, all of the above. And I'd love to answer any questions you might have, and create an anxiety club, a community where we talk about this stuff and make it a little bit more known. Please pre-save my song that's dropping on January 19th called "The Lucky Ones," about anxiety. And until then, cheers.